It's time for the Bears season record prediction. So what is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Please make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so I'm going to go through each of the Bears games, every single one of them game by game, and give you guys a W or an L, so a win or loss prediction. And at the end, we should have the full season prediction as far as the record. So here we go. Let's hop right into it. We got the schedule here in front of you guys. And we opened the season at the Minnesota Vikings. And I thought long and hard about this because this is a Monday Night Football game. We are the last team playing in week 1. And I'm going to say that the Bears start out the season with a W. And the reason I say that is because, look, I get it. First, game under Ben Johnson. You might feel the jitters and, it's prime time and feels like there could be pressure there. But then I thought about it. Hey, the Vikings are going to be starting a rookie quarterback for all intents and purposes. It's going to be J.J. McCarthy. So am I going to go ahead and say that J.J. McCarthy is going to, for sure win his first game? No, he's a rookie. He's going to have jitters as well. So to me, I will take the Bears here with a second-year quarterback with an excellent play caller turned head coach with a much improved roster. And I just think the Bears roster, again, on paper, we'll see once the games are played, I think the Bears roster on paper is better than the Vikings. I know the Vikings still have a lot of weapons, and Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson and Jordan Addison and Brian Flores. He's a great coordinator for them on their defense, but I think it'll be a close game. But give me the Bears on Monday Night Football. Start off the season with a dub here and keep the good vibes going. All right, so that is what I have for week 1. Then we go on the road against Ben Johnson's former team in the Detroit Lions. And this is in Detroit, and I'm going to say this is an L for the Bears. Look, I'd love for them to beat the Lions, and we'll see what I have, obviously, at the end here when we play the Lions again at home. But, it's a tough football team. Obviously, they're really good, and as much as I want Ben Johnson to get his revenge, I got to be objective here. The Lions are objectively a better football team, and they're at home, so I'm going to go ahead and take them to win this game. All right, moving on to the Dallas Cowboys in week 3 at home for the Chicago Bears. Went and thought long and hard about this one, honestly. And I wanted to say that this is going to be a W for the Bears, and I think it very well could be, but I'm going to say it's an L. And the reason I say that is because I feel like the Cowboys are a team that start off hot and then they kind of fizzle out at the end. So at the beginning of the season, when they're all healthy and, they got their guys going and, they did obviously add George Pickens and they got CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. So it's a solid offense to go up against. Just not sure yet if we're ready to, go ahead and take on an offense like that and be able to beat them and go toe-to-toe. We'll see. Certainly, we could beat them. This is a toss-up, but you'll understand why I have this as an L because, trust me on this, our home schedule much easier than our road schedule. So you'll see. But for right now, I have that as an L. Week 4 at the Las Vegas Raiders, I have that as a W. Look, the Raiders, I think they're going to be improved under Pete Carroll and adding Ashton Janty, but I think the Bears are just a better football team, so that's a W for the Bears there. All right, week 5, a bye week, which I hate. I absolutely despise the fact that we have a week 5 bye week, but can't do anything about it. Week 6, we got the Commanders revenge game here for the Bears on Monday Night Football, and I'm going to say that the Bears win this game. Now, look, the Commanders are a good football team. Jaden Daniels is the real deal. But to me, in this game, the reason I have the Bears winning this game is I do think this game has that revenge factor where Caleb Williams and the Bears aren't going to forget what happened last season. We had this team beat. We literally had them beat, and it took a Hail Mary for them to win the game. So why can't we beat them a season later, with a much improved roster, with a competent and much better head coach in Ben Johnson? Why can't we do that? I think we can. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's a W for the Chicago Bears on primetime Monday Night Football. Week 7, we play the Saints. That's a W. Enough said. You've seen the Saints roster. Week 8 and 9, road games against the Ravens and Bengals, 2 very good football teams. I know the Bengals defense isn't good, but their offense is elite. But I think we lose both of those games, folks. I mean, those teams are incredible, and they have great quarterbacks. So that's an L back-to-back. And week 10, get back on the winning side here with the Giants, and that's a W. And again, the Giants will be a little bit better. We'll see if Jackson Dart is starting by this point, but I think the Bears obviously can take care of business here, being the better football team. Week 11 against the Minnesota Vikings here. I'm going to go ahead and just say it. I have the Bears splitting the division games. It might be a cop-out here, but I'm going to just go out and say it. I think the Bears beat the Lions, Vikings, and Packers all at once, and they lose to them all at least once. So on the road, I think the Vikings beat us. I still have to give Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores their respect. So I have the Bears losing against the Vikings in Minnesota, Week 11. Week 12 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't care who their quarterback is. We're winning that football game. All right, Steelers aren't very good. Week 13 against the defending champs, Philadelphia Eagles, Black Friday game. That's an L. Eagles are defending Super Bowl champs for a reason. They are loaded. We are going to lose that game. Week 14 against the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. I'm going to say that's an L. Week 15 against the Cleveland Browns. I don't think the Browns are very good. That's a W. And then week 16 against the Packers, that's a Saturday game. That's a W. Again, splitting the division games here. I think we can beat the Packers. And obviously we know about that little rivalry now between Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur after what Ben Johnson said at his press conference. So we'll see. I just have them splitting the games. Look, all right, I think that's fair. Week 17 at the San Francisco 49ers. This is a Sunday night football game. I'm going to say this is an L. I think the 49ers are going to be a much better than a lot of people think, but that's also a product of their schedule. They have the easiest schedule in the NFL, and so I'm thinking by week 17 times they're clicking on all cylinders, and they're going to be a good football team. And of course, you never want to count out Kyle Shanahan. So I think the Bears lose that game, and then finally, I think the Bears finish off week 18 with a W against the Detroit Lions. So that brings the Bears total to 9-8 on the season. That is what I have the Bears going record-wise. So that is a 4-game improvement from their 5-12 season last season. Now, let me just say this, all right? I went back and checked what I did for every home game for the Bears, and I essentially had the Bears winning every home game. So for them going undefeated at home seems a little unrealistic. That's why I told you that early Dallas loss. I'm like, all right, we probably are going to have a fluky loss here and there. It'll be hard to go undefeated at home. We could do it, certainly could. And so there's toss-up games here, right? If you say, hey, we win the Dallas game, maybe we lose the Commanders game. But for the most part, I feel pretty good here as far as the record. I think it's going to be 9-8 or 10-7. I told you I'm so confident in Ben Johnson working out as a head coach, and with an improved roster, you see it in the NFL all the times. You know, teams that finish last in division, they could jump all the way to first, or they could just, you know, flat out just improve. I'm not saying we're going to win the division, but this is going to be an improved football team. I'm going to say 9-8 conservatively for the Chicago Bears. Let me know what you guys think. What is your record prediction for the Bears this upcoming season? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching.